Put the die in Daijobu, where a bunch of smarmy
Are
bartenders
we
get to decide whether
Daijobu?
your soul is worth going through eternal damnation because you can't hit a single triple 20 in darts. And this is the game you'll be playing today.
Nah, send me to the gulag,
I'm
bro.
already in hell, aren't I? Yup.
You nasty.
Talk about Sedge, man, behind the camera director. Here's another giggle reaction when anime leaves you speechless. Number 2. I don't even know when I did number 1 or if I did number 1, but I'm pretty sure Giggle hasn't done a one like this in a minute. I'm excited to see what anime he's gonna use, what's he gonna use as reference, and what's really gonna make us speechless. I wonder if there's anything I've seen before. I feel like I've seen a couple shows that would like take your breath away, but I don't know what he means when he says this. He can mean like emotionally take your breath away and leave you speechless. He can mean violently leave you speechless. Like one thing I was thinking of Chainsaw Man. There was a couple scenes of Chainsaw Man where like I had nothing to say. I couldn't believe what I just seen to my face. So with that being said, yeah, we're just gonna jump into this one and see what he means by speechless exactly, because that mystery alone will keep us both sitting here with bated breath. Remember, shout out to Giggle for making this. Leave a comment down below. What was your favorite moment in case you don't stay till the end to hear mine. So, shaboom. Kusakaiba.
Search up great anime moments in Google, and I swear you'll see the same 20 iconic scenes on every list.
think?
Goku Go Super Saiyan, Gear 5, Irwin's speech. These are all iconic
Irwin's
moments that became
speech.
iconic
Yeah.
for a reason. But sometimes there are moments in anime that have stuck with me that might not exactly tick all the
Hey, what you
boxes that
doing?
can count as iconic. Scenes that I rarely see talked about, yet for one reason or another, I cannot forget. And about 2 years ago, I made a video
2
talking about a
years,
collection of
1
such
year.
scenes, but that was a longer video and I had so much more I wanted to still talk about. So here I am with another one. Are these necessarily the most iconic, the most famous, or maybe even the most talked about scenes from their respective shows? No. Is this video just my excuse to talk about a bunch of anime I love but don't have enough to say to make a full video? Maybe, but just let me have this one, okay?
I feel that.
Here's
Nah,
Sung
I
Jin
feel
Woo.
that.
He has Aura. Ooh. Rise. Again, I'm obviously going to be spoiling the scenes I talk about, so I'll be sure to mention the exact show and episode before I talk about them. But you can also be a degenerate like me and decide to watch some shows based on some out-of-context scene you discover on YouTube Shorts. But this is going to be way better than that, I swear. You're not even going to hear the secret grind set song in the background to watch them. Anime flashbacks. Love them or hate them, you're going to see them. A lot of them. They come in all shapes and every genre of anime you can think of, and it is hard to just pick one to talk about. So I'm just going to pick one that left a lasting impression on me while capturing everything the series is about. The ice skating scene from Death Parade, episode 11. An elevator opens. Sorry. No! A lift opens and you emerge into a bar with another person. You have no memory of how you got there, what you were doing before, or where you are now. A well-dressed gentleman greets you and tells you, so, 2 dead people walk into a bar. Okay, and? What's the joke?
Bruh, hey buddy.
You are then told you have to play a series of games with your life on the line. No Squid Game. And as you do, visions, memories slowly emerge, stopping you in your tracks as you begin to realize that you are dead. Everything you know is gone, and all these fun games you're playing will determine whether your soul is going to heaven or hell.
Oh,
and then
hell nah.
it hits you. What is this? Some kind of death parade?
What?
Everybody, put your hands up. Death Parade was a series that will give you more existential dread than 5 minutes in the shitter with an out-of-battery phone.
No!
I truly put the die in Daijobu, where a bunch of smarmy bartenders get to decide whether your soul is worth going through eternal damnation because you can't hit a single triple 20 in darts. And this is the game you'll be playing today.
Nah. Send me to the gulag, bro.
I'm already in hell, aren't I? Yup. There's one person who seems like an anomaly
That's
for the
actually
entire
better.
series, who, unlike the rest of the staff, seems oddly human. She questions the whole process, brings doubt into every judgment, and pretty soon you figure out that she's not like the rest of them. But then the question lingers throughout. Who is she? Where did she come from?
Why
Where
did she get
go?
to be here?
Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? The series holds and holds right up until
Never thought
episode
I'd hear
11,
Giga
where
make
it
a Cotton
finally
Eye
pulls
Joe
the trigger,
joke.
revealing her backstory in a manner that has stuck with me
I
to
feel like
this
he has
day.
that.
One scene, one track, no dialogue, just a single beautiful performance.
That got hands, bro.
The song starts and you think, ah, my personal favorite genre of music, emotional damage. Through this ice skating scene, we are told everything we would ever need to know. A story of a simple girl who fell in love with a sport, intertwined with a simply spellbinding performance. It's just beautiful. I think what I love about the scene is the symphony of conflicting emotions that come with it. The happiness, the melancholy, the fulfilling sense of emptiness, all working in tandem with this hauntingly beautiful track. Through 5 minutes, this one scene captures what 10 episodes of Death Parade had done previously without uttering a single word.
Oh no.
And as you get more and more absorbed with her performance, you can't help but fight this feeling of dread. You know where she is. You know what this show is about. The dread lingers and lingers, building up to the climax of her performance, of her story, of her entire life, until eventually it all comes crashing down. This one's really gonna.
Oh, that's crazy.
This video.
No, nah, I ain't gonna lie. Without even seeing the show, that's crazy. Whoa. Look, I ain't gonna lie. I've recently been talking a little trash about ReZero Season 3. And I was like, y'all are getting fancy writing and going nowhere with it. This is an example of like damn near perfect, efficient writing. How do you convey that much? Like, and it was shortened for us, and I still understood exactly what's going on and how fucked this was. Damn, that's good, bro. Damn. I wish I had something more insightful to say. I see why it says leave you speechless.
Our childhood years are some of the most formative years of our lives, and there have been moments in anime that have
crazy
formed a
word.
collective core
Damn,
memory for
why?
a generation of kids.
No.
Pure shock as Pikachu.
No. That was so unnecessary, bro. Nah, that's a crazy editing decision, but I'm obsessed with it. Who thinks of this, bro?
There have been moments in anime that formed a collective core memory for a generation of kids watching them. The pure shock as Pikachu cried while Ash
What
turned
is
into
wrong
stone.
with the
excitement
man?
Seeing Yugi using Exodia against Kaiba. But the one scene that brings that wave of nostalgia while still fully holding up no matter how much older I get is Omnimon's transformation from Digimon the movie. How do I even set the stage for this? The year is 2000.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
It's the turn of the millennium.
Well, that's
People are
Malcolm in the
freaking out
Middle?
over Y2K, and about 40% of you watching this right now have not even been born yet.
Yikes.
The mainline
Oh my
TV
God.
series is over, the world has been saved, and our protagonist's journey have come to an end. But then, out of nowhere, comes a sequel movie directed by Mamoru Hosoda, who would go on to become one of the most critically acclaimed directors anime has ever seen. Yeah, can you say that, Pokemon kid? I don't know why I'm still trying to fight this fight. We had no hope in hell. This movie was far too good for any kid to truly appreciate, and looking back, I swear it's
Is it too
the
good for
most
kids?
millennial coded shit anime has ever seen. This is a real scene in the movie.
Oh.
I am not joking.
He's tone deaf.
So here, when a brand new
He's
super
tone
evil
deaf.
villain appears, most of the OG team is busy, save for these four, and also Sora. But she didn't want to contribute, because being useful would be out of character for her.
Facts.
Enter Dioboromon, a Digimon computer virus hybrid. Since McAfeemon and Nortonmon weren't installed and people
Shut
didn't know any
up.
better than to open files in an email from a Nigerian prince, Dioboromon starts fucking everyone up. And I mean everyone. Nothing with an internet connection is safe. The phones are dead. He's launched some nukes and nobody can seemingly stop him.
Oh,
He destroys
boy.
the two heroes' most powerful Digimon, leaving them closer to death than you'd ever seen as a kid. And to add insult to
Jesus.
injury, he's made over 1 million copies of himself when our heroes could barely manage to make it out alive when there was just one of him. My brain could not comprehend how they were going to get out of this
Yeah,
situation.
how y'all
There
supposed
was
to
no
do
hope.
this?
There were no more options. And that's when this happens.
Oh my God.
They're fucking combining!
Part
Of course
War
they
Greymon,
are.
part Metal Garurumon. They digivolved together to become
Omnimon!
Look, I'm pretty sure there is something
Omnimon.
coded into every young boy's DNA to find the concept of 2 or more things combining to make even bigger, more powerful thing
Girl,
the
like
most
it, hell
exciting
yeah.
thing ever. So imagine how it was as
It's
a
in
kid
our
to see the
DNA,
two
I don't
most
know
iconic
how.
Digimon coming together to make an even cooler one, whilst an epic orchestral version of the theme song plays in the background. Then, right after, he parries a million attacks while Scar music starts playing as Omnimon starts deleting all the enemies on screen while shouting the sickest attack names ever.
Transcendent sword, supreme cannon.
Supreme
I remember back
Cannon. What
then,
think
a
of
girl,
what?
an actual girl.
Nah, it is
gave me
actually
a
insane,
completely
bro.
Unprompted, genuine compliment.
What?
And this shit was still my highlight of that year. This, seeing the explosions fill up the screen. Omnimon
Shut up,
cemented himself
bro.
as being the coolest thing I'd ever
Oh
seen.
my
Finishing things
God.
off with the hypest attack battle cry in this entire movie, which somehow isn't Transcendent Sword or Supreme Cannon. It's fucking Izzy shouting,
You got mail?
if the cultural significance of that
Again.
is lost on you, it's like watching fucking Gojo gearing up for the killing blow, but then coldly saying some shit like, skibidi toilet. And somehow
Shut
making that
up.
moment hit. Digimon the movie was an absolute fucking enigma for a kid's movie. It was so bloody good that Mamoru Hosoda would need to remake it again. Twice.
What? Wait, what? Explain that. Now, that last one for me was, it's alright. I like Digimon, but I don't know. That it was just hype. Slow leveling stuff.
When we think anime action scenes, 90% of the time we think fights. Hand-to-hand combat, sword fighting,
Taijutsu all the
ridiculous anime
time.
superpowers where they give a fighter some, I don't know, corrosive breast milk they fire using hair shaped like hands to squeeze down on their chest. That's a real
What?
power.
What?
And yet the average Baki fan would call that
I'm so confused at what I just saw. I actually don't know what to do with what I just saw. What are we talking about here? Hold on.
hand-to-hand combat, sword fighting, ridiculous anime superpowers where they give a fighter some, I don't know, corrosive breast milk they fire using hair shaped like hands to squeeze down on their chest. That's a real power. And yet the average Baki fan would call that normal. In terms of anime fights,
Yeah, they
there
would.
are too many examples
Yes,
to
yes,
count
they
of
would.
moments that have taken my breath away. But what we don't see too often in anime
Damn.
is getting down and dirty with some more gritty action. I'm talking John Wick, Die Hard, old school 80s action movies, and in that vein, no singular moment of action has sold me faster on a show than the Apache helicopter standoff from Black Lagoon,
Black
Episode 2. Black Lagoon is an anime I don't hear too many people
Oh!
talk about nowadays,
He
and I
loves
realize
Black
that's because
Lagoon.
it is now as old to modern day anime coming out today as the original Dragon Ball is to when Black Lagoon first started airing.
Oh,
This was
God.
the no bullshit action show, following the lives of modern day pirates living in a place where the average resident wakes up to a city in tatters, having to spend every single day fighting for their lives because PvP is permanently turned on.
PvP permanently.
I think I know a bloke who lived there once.
Birmingham.
If you like John Wick, well, imagine a world where there are dozens of them, except they are all crazy hot anime girls with enough screws loose to assemble a fucking IKEA dining table.
Oh
and was
my God.
absolutely trapped in my teenage brain. I'm pretty sure this show single-handedly ruins my taste
Oh my
in women
God.
before my prefrontal cortex had fully developed. and
Yeah,
I have
sounds
never
about
recovered
right.
Since. It's in your face, politically incorrect, pushing your sense of disbelief to its limits with enough explosions to finish off a Michael Bay Goonie sesh. If The Rule
Stop.
of Cool was a series, this was it. And it only
The Rule
took
of
2
Cool.
episodes for one scene to let you know exactly what kind of ride you were about to go
Roberta.
on. Let me set the scene. It's episode 2. Our crew is on the run from a bloody attack helicopter and they are pinned down inside of a mangrove. It's a dead end. They've got
Mangrove.
nowhere else to
Mangrove.
run. Armed with a simple ship with no
Wait.
anti-air capabilities and the
Why do you say mangrove? Mangrove. 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 Why he said it like that, bro?
Our crew is on the run from a bloody attack helicopter and they are pinned down inside of a mangrove. It's a dead end. They've got nowhere else to run. Armed with a simple ship with no anti-air capabilities and the
Yo,
prospect
bro.
of having to go face to face with a helicopter with enough firepower to become part of NATO, things are looking dicey. That is, until the newest crew member comes up with a suggestion proving that somehow, in a city with mercenaries, gangster leaders, shotgun nuns, and a bloody man from Florida, no one is more
Yeah!
insane than a repressed Japanese salaryman with nothing to lose.
Fact.
Armaments and speed, that sunken ship we passed. I'm pretty sure we have everything we need. I say we go face to face with these guys.
Are you retarded?
the boat sets off. You start thinking, no, it wouldn't, right? At this point, your posture changes
Remy
from
said,
this
"Fuck it."
to this.
You're about to get fucked, baby.
The anticipation continues to build. The
Nah, they're
adrenaline
not
starts
gonna ramp
pumping
off
as the
this
boat
fucking
gets
boat.
closer and closer. You hear,
300 feet to go.
no way this is happening. Nah, no way.
150.
Holy shit, they're doing it. They're actually fucking doing it.
100.
Is this really happening? And then,
Shut the fuck up. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way.
You got fucked.
and that is how to sell me on a show.
Alright.
Austin! Oh, son of a bitch!
You
That's
introduce a
fucking.
villain. Well, anime has taught us that
Dion.
you have many options. Aura, dropping them in the moment you least expect it. Aura, having them solo an entire army of people by themselves.
Moderate
Aura,
cheer is
even
the
the
way to
most
go, bro.
badass theme song you can think of. Aura. Oh, and how can I forget? Aura. But the one
Aura.
introduction
Literal
I will never
aura.
forget is Shogo Makishima's from Psycho Pass episode 11. Alright, so technically this isn't the first time we see him, but this is the first time we get to see what he's all about, and this scene alone catapults him into the Hall of Fame of greatest anime villains by completely breaking the world of Psycho Pass. This series is all about the Sybil system, a supercomputer that is able to analyze people's psychological aptitude that determines every major decision a person can do, where they go to school, what jobs they can get. And that includes how likely someone is to commit a crime in the form of their crime coefficient, which the police can conveniently measure using their specialized guns. A low score indicates a healthy, law-abiding individual where the gun will be locked, unable to shoot, while a high crime coefficient is what the average person feels when they forget they have a water bottle while walking past TSA. And depending on how high it is, this can unlock the gun from stun to lethal force.
Jesus.
The important thing to note is that things can happen that can spontaneously increase someone's crime coefficient,
Oh,
like
God.
going through a traumatic event or hitting the go live button on Kick. Enter
Oh,
Shogo
God.
Makishima,
I'm dead,
an infamous
bro.
criminal that seems to be the binding link across every case we've seen in the series thus far. And most recently, he sent the police on a wild goose chase by kidnapping the best friend of our main protagonist, Akane. That is, until Akane catches up to him, leading to this standoff. Okay, pause. As soon as the scene started, you knew something was about to go
somebody's
down. You got
following.
the stakes. A psycho mass murderer carrying a shotgun with the best friend of a righteous cop who had put her trust into the system she represents, who is also armed. Both within line of sight without being able to reach each other. This setup didn't have a Chekhov's gun. It was a full-on bloody firing
Yeah,
squad.
a
Because up till
Chekhov's
now,
gun.
nothing had truly happened to Rattle Akane, but this time felt different. You're not sure what, but something is going to go wrong. And as you watch the scene unfold, it induces so much squeaky bum tension, my farts would have sounded like Mariah Carey hitting her highest kettle notes. The first
my
alarm bells start
God.
ringing when Akane points the Dominator at him and horrifyingly finds out that Makishima is normal. Even while actively committing a crime, while torturing her friend, his
Oh
mind
my
is so
God.
inconceivably twisted that he sees himself as doing nothing wrong. And
Oh my
Sybil
God.
agrees. She physically cannot take the shot. This is when Makishima offers her an out. He throws her the old-fashioned shotgun and steps out into the open, taunting her to take a shot, ignore the system, and make the choice to kill. Murder someone herself, and at this point I'm thinking, okay, so he's like gonna bait her into shooting. She accidentally kills her friend, leaving her with a guilty conscience, messing up her psychopath, and then... And that's the moment you get the sinking realization that what he wants to do is so much worse. What
He
makes
wants
this
to break
scene
her.
truly terrifying is how it's able to portray the feeling of being completely helpless. As utterly desperate as Akane is to stop him, she's been conditioned to trust in a system that refuses to listen to her in her biggest time of need. And she can do nothing but witness the horror unfold in front of her eyes. Here is a character that can make you feel completely powerless, not because he has a high power level or he just beat up one of the strongest characters in the show, but by his sheer existence in this world. Akane continues to frantically point her gun at him, yet his crime coefficient keeps ticking down, lower and lower, almost as if it's a countdown to the inevitable. She
Jesus.
pleads with him, her friend begs for her life, but there is absolutely nothing they can do.
How'd you
Ending
blow
things
off
up
those
with
two
one of the most
shotgun
chilling
shots?
things you can hear in this universe.
犯罪係数ゼロ
And the only thing left is for Makishima to leave his mark as one of the greatest anime villains to ever
No, he's
grace
not.
our screens.
No, he's not.
In short, Aura. Great writing, insane
Yeah, speechless. Cause like, nah, it's crazy. No, it's crazy. Nah.
plot twists, interesting characters,
I'll
all
try
the
at
noise
the in the
distracting you
outro.
from the one
That's
thing that
crazy.
truly matters. Vibes. There are moments in anime that leave an imprint on me because simply the vibe was
like that you call it
immaculate.
Night
A
One.
culmination of the aesthetic, the music, the mood, the atmosphere, all coming together to form an experience that sticks with you, even if you don't fully understand why. And no scene encapsulates this more perfectly than the motorbike scene from Terror in Resonance Episode 4. Shinichiro Watanabe is no stranger to vibes. Kids on the Slope has my favorite music performers of all time. Cowboy Bebop was iconic in just about every single aspect. Samurai Champloo helped popularize an
he was
entire
on
genre of music
everything.
that is still a part of pop culture today. If there was a CEO of vibes, this man would be it. And yet I still think the unique atmosphere he crafted in Terror in Resonance remains unmatched. This series, in my opinion, has the best soundtrack in anime. Bar none. Every track is a chilling experience that pierces the soul. Icelandic songs that can soothe the flames of hell, and he puts it with an anime about blowing up buildings and setting the world on fire. Never before has destruction been so serene, chaos so calming. It is goddamn beautiful. Was the writing perfect? No. Was it the cleanest execution in the world? No. But there are scenes in this anime that invoke feelings I have yet to experience again to this day, and maybe never will. The final climax, the Ferris wheel scene, and of course, this one. At this point, the main plotline of the episode has just been resolved. Our
Yeah, the
protagonists have
music
sent the
changed.
police into a frenzy by dropping a virtual bombshell on the world. No buildings are getting blown up today. The commotion is over. Everyone is given a brief moment to breathe. And then
Damn.
you hear this.
Someone tell me how I got here.
The song starts as the motorbike glides through the dazzling city lights. The girl, still fearful, gripping for her life, decides to open her eyes, and what she is greeted with is pure sensory poetry.
Spirits flying at the speed of light.
This right here, guys, is it. And I don't even know what it is.
Vibes.
The fear, freedom, and beauty of life all captured within a single moment. When she tilts her head and shuts her eyes, what I would give to be at the place she is at for just a second. I think what makes this brief scene one of my favorite in anime is because it so perfectly encapsulates that moment. That moment you get sometimes in your life that feels so perfect, you wish you could capture it and make it last an eternity. When, for the first time in forever, everything feels like it's come together, the bullshit noise gets drowned out, every problem you think you have gets washed away, and for that brief period, everything
hit the
seems to make
spot.
sense.
He itched
You
that
have
itch in my
no
brain.
fears, no worries. You are just in the best place you can possibly be at right now, and you know it. And right then and there, you think to yourself, fuck it. You know what? Everything's gonna be alright.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Nah. Man's is definitely cooking on that last part. I don't know how to describe that feeling, but he described it exactly right. It was just right on point. Oof. So yeah, when anime leaves you speechless, yeah, honestly, 3 out of 5, speechless, bro. The Psycho-Pass one was crazy work, man. Absolutely crazy work. I was like ready. I was like, oh, I thought that everything that he thought. But like, she shot the 2 shotgun shots. I'm like, to where though? To where? Why did they not hit? And then she just watched it happen. She literally couldn't do nothing. Nigga, throw the gun at him, run up the stairs, do something. I don't know why, but I get it. She was conditioned for the system that told her how to operate, and she wasn't able to break out the program. And the Matrix held her down. Her friend is dead because of Matrix, bro. Crazy work. No, this was absolutely dope. Absolutely fire. The editing dope. Even the music choice. He was talking about music choice on number 1. He was talking music choice for that one. Yo, music choice across this whole video was actually on fucking point. editing as usual. Yeah, shout out Giggle, shout out the squad. This was fire. What was your favorite speechless moment? I think my favorite speechless moment, ain't gonna hold you, it's a Death Parade ice skating one. Cause I was wondering, I'm like, why are you here, but you're not playing in the games? It's like, and you're not one of them. You're not people here, like, so what's going on? And it's like, I don't know, she's like a trapped soul that's in one of the dummy forms, but chooses to, like, I don't know, act like she's not one of the dummies. It's, the whole thing was kind of insane. I ain't gonna hold you, but yeah. We're gonna end this one here. I'm your man, Behind the Cam. As always, never forget, stay nasty, y'all. You wanna go? Oh, bye. I'm really fucking shaking, bro.